Good morning, everyone. Can everyone hear me?
Yeah.
Excellent. I just want to thank everybody here for joining us today at YVR. My name is Andy Margolis, and I am the Vice President of Airport Capacity and System Design here at YVR. And I'm here today to welcome you, and I'm representing our colleagues here at YVR and our CEO and President, Tamara Vrooman. I would like to start today by acknowledging that we are here on the ancestral and unceded territory of the Musqueam people. I would also like to recognise elders, both past and present, and also elders here with us today. And finally, I would like to thank all of you for your commitment to friendship, learning and understanding as we walk this path together towards truth and reconciliation. The culture and learning we will collectively experience here today to reconciliation at work will move us forward along this very, very important journey. So I'm really happy to be here today. I'm proud of what we are doing here today. We are gathered to mark a new partnership between two of our valued partners at YVR, Musqueam and ABCoast, under a new memorandum of understanding. I'm proud of this partnership and friendship represented here today, as it is an example of how we would like to continue to grow together across the entire supply chain and partnership community, and how this also responds to the Truth and Reconciliation Call to Action number 92, Business and Reconciliation. So thank you very much, welcome, and I'm really looking forward to the event here today. So now onto the programme. We have a fulsome programme for our event today. We will begin with a traditional Musqueam protocol of call to witness. I will then hand over, after I've handed over to Elder Grant, to ABCoast for their remarks. We will host a gift exchange before the MOU is signed, and then we will close the call to witness, which will mark the end of today's event. At that time, we are happy to answer any questions anybody may have. Now, this MOU is the result of mutual benefit and need, and one that YVR is proud of, and proud to be a part of under the work we lead through our 30-year Friendship and Sustainability Agreement with Musqueam. It also responds to Truth and Reconciliation Call number 92, as I've said, and the culture and learning we will experience today will continue to help us on that journey. And it's something that I think we should continue to do all the time, is learn and seek to understand. Following the Musqueam protocol, we will step through some events for today, including some gift exchanges, and I would encourage you to all take a moment and pause and think and reflect on how you feel and what you've learned as part of our ceremony here today. So that's enough from me. I think that's enough talking from me. I'm really happy to introduce and hand over to Elder Larry Grant to lead us through the next steps of today.
आज के सीएम CA Clark Squalawans CA for eat and our whale with colored Katet with Tatuitos to the whale. CM to CA CSM Whoop Mukala Pushpa Namat for eat and our whale. The Chiai to the whale, the nuts are yai. The Anamstu Muk Mastaya Pushpa eat the Tetuito Muk Mastaya Pushpa eat. I tap in with the year. Just want to say thank you to everyone that's here to witness this event. Today we have this one work, and this is what we always say, we have one work to do today, and it's the signing. And I'd like to call the witnesses, Melanie Langhorn, Quia Nemstam, to Squell's Tap. Yep. Alec O'Neill, we an M stamp to 12 sets, yep. Richard and Annette, we an M stamp to 12 sets. Joseph Paul, I apologize for not having your name. We name stamp to 12 tips, yeah. Yehuelapton. I just, yeah. The ones that we have called to witness are the very specific people that are charged with the responsibility of carrying this story forward to whomever asks you about this, and for you to carry this in your minds for as long as you live, and to pass it on to all of the others that are asking you these things. What happened on that day? Why did this happen? Or who was involved? And in all of our work, that when we do work, and that's what this is considered, work. There's no other word that we have for an event happening. It's a work. It could be celebration, it could be a memorial, it could be a naming, it could be, as we have here this morning, a signing of a partnership. That's like a marriage that we're having here in public. There's a connection between the two peoples. And that's something that you have a responsibility to, and to reply when the event has completed, to reply to the community in your words what you have witnessed today, and what it means to you and to the community that has gone through this work. And that's your responsibility. You've been called to witness. And all of the people that are here involved by witnessing, by viewing, by listening, you are all witnesses to this work. However, you don't have the same responsibilities as the ones that have been called forward. So that's an important part of being called forward, that you have the, I guess in today's world, you have the corporate knowledge of the meanings of the partnership, the MOU being signed, and what it will mean to the communities involved. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Elder Grant. Those were very poignant words, and I'm going to share a little bit, just resonated very much with me as I got married on the weekend, and I called 44 witnesses on the weekend to represent and stand witness for me this weekend. So that is my reflection already on today's ceremony. Thank you very much, and I'm going to keep it short again and welcome Liam here from Aviation, from ABCoast Aviation Services, to introduce today's event.
Thank you very much, Andy. And thank you to our 4 witnesses. What a powerful way to start today's event. So as Andy mentioned, my name is Liam Henry. I'm the Business Development Manager here at ABCoast Aviation Services. And I'll be guiding us through the introduction of the event today. So I'm very pleased to be joined here today by our partners from the Musqueam community, Devin Sharma, Chief Administration Officer, and Melanie Langthorne, Manager for Employment and Training for Musqueam. as well as my colleagues from ABCoast, Steve Hall, President, Alec O'Neill, Operations Director, Ian Bailey, Chief Operating Officer, and Soren Kormalik, General Manager, as well as our partners from YVR who are in attendance today. YVR is not only the facilitator of today's event, but the conduit to which the partnership between ABCoast and the Musqueam has come to fruition. YVR, as part of YVR's friendship and sustainability agreement with Musqueam, YVR is actively working on a path of employment, education to employment for Musqueam and encouraging the same from all their partners. With that, I'm thrilled to announce that we are here to mark an exciting partnership between ABCoast and Musqueam. Our partnership aims to provide meaningful employment opportunities at Vancouver International Airport and to the members of the Musqueam community. So with that, I'd like to bring it back to Elder Larry Grant, who will lead a Musqueam welcome and say a couple more words. Thank you.
Thank you, Liam. Ayasak Manasqueam, y Tenita Musqueam. Clark, the Shiowanas, Kipalano, y Coltimulto, Chris Helocto, the Quinas, Amy Snatten, Kushwi, G, the Sal Stomachus Musqueam. The Equanas Shiowanas, Kipalano, Census something need to swallow. It's a tala, the Mokala, Kushwi, Namat, G, YBR, the need to Tamakus Musqueam. When I finish qualifying, be Quetzala, the Mokala, Kushwi, G, the Nawale, the Vietnam. I was just want to say thank you again to everyone that is here, and to be a part of this event. And I also want to say, as our ancestor Kipalano had done in the past, and greeted the first visitors that arrived here under the Spanish Captain Narvaez and the English Captain George Vancouver. And as our ancestors have done in the past, I do today, and raise my hands and welcome to all of you that are here today on the traditional, ancestral, unceded lands of the Hunkaminam-speaking Musqueam people. And it's our privilege and our, I guess it's very, very happy to be able to welcome everyone here on our lands that we have occupied for millennia, and long before colonization happened here. And it's really, really a good thing that we have this friendship with everyone in the world. Our community has always welcomed people that came as friends. And if there is a battle to do, then we will do battle. But that is something that has passed by, and I'd like to say thank you to Colette, Quincy, Tiatala, Hilaftala, Tamukala, Kuinama, Kui, and now I'd like to call forward Ali and Francis and the family to do a paddle on high tech.
Good morning. I was just also asked to explain a little bit about the song that we're going to sing. It comes from the late Dominic Point. It's a paddle song, and it was also used as a victory song when our canoe pullers would go and race for more canoes during the spring and summer. Traditionally, our people would sing songs when we would travel to another's territory. When we were invited to go to a potlatch, And we'd also sing these type of songs to welcome visitors. When we weren't singing songs, we weren't coming with good intentions when we paddled into a territory. When we weren't singing a song, we were coming to take your harvests, take your resources, or possibly steal a wife or two. So this morning, you're lucky that we're here to sing a song for you and welcome you traditionally to Musqueam. My wife Allison and our children are Musqueam. I also have Musqueam descent from my great-great-great-grandparents. So we just want to share this song with you, and thank you all for being here this morning.
Thank you so much. And thank you for coming with good intentions. I really like that opening. That was brilliant. So I would now like to pass it over to Steve Hall, President of ABCoast, to say a couple of words on what this memorandum of understanding means to him and means to the company itself. Steve?
Thank you all for being present today, and as Elder Larry Grant mentioned, we're here to witness the signing of a memorandum of understanding between Musqueam Indian Band and ABCoast Aviation Services. Thank you Chief Wayne Sparrow, Devin Sharma, Mary Point, Melanie Langthorne, Odette Wilson, Diane Herman, Angela Nahani, Danielle Palfrey, Alyssa Smith, and Liam Henry for making this possible. Our team at ABCoast is a driven and a dynamic group inspired by YVR leadership and its excellence in community outreach. YVR offers an ideal platform for local enterprise to make a positive impact on our society. Today represents ABCoast Aviation Services' commitment as community employers to listen and engage our Musqueam brothers and sisters. We can all listen. We can all learn about past truth and decide what our individual roles are for positive change. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Steve. So, we're now at the point of the event where we'd like to go forward with the signing of our MOU. What we'll do first is we will sign between Steve and Devin, and I'd also like to invite Alec and Melanie up, who will also be signing on behalf of Musqueam Employment and Training and ABCoast Aviation Services. Once we've conducted the signing, we will then partake in a traditional gift exchange. Alec, Melanie, please come up. the official start of a very, very successful and meaningful partnership between Musqueam and ABCoast. We'd now like to exchange gifts. So one more piece to our gift that we'd like to exchange with the Musqueam is an education, training and education bursary. So to celebrate the signing of our MOU and to signify the new beginnings of a strong and meaningful partnership, we would like to offer a $2,000 bursary to one Musqueam youth who is pursuing a career in aviation. This bursary can be applied to any form of aviation-related education, whether it be in the trades, business-specific training or education, pilot training, or any of the many other exciting routes into the aviation industry. So I hope you guys will please accept those gifts from us, and we are so excited to be entering this partnership. So with that, I'd like to hand it back to Andy to say a few more words.
Thank you, Liam, and thank you, everyone. What an amazing event this has been, and what a great partnership we are here to celebrate. And I hope this will be the start of many more partnerships that we get to celebrate over the coming years. It's been particularly meaningful for me today, not only because I've worked with the teams involved in today's event for quite some time, but I have the responsibility of the baggage area and the baggage system in which this contract takes place. But I'm really excited about the fact that we are coming together and that we're getting more and more opportunities to come together. And thank you very much, everyone, for turning up in person to celebrate this. There's something about in-person connection that we've been struggling to do over the last couple of years that is really sort of lighting a fire underneath us all and getting us inspired and getting us back into working together, connecting together. And I think today's ceremony has really represented how powerful that could be. So thank you very much for coming, and looking forward to seeing you all on the days, weeks and months ahead as we embark on this partnership together. Thank you.
And we'll now just pass it over to Elder Larry Grant for the call back to witness.
When we called you to witness, you were offered or given a 50-cent piece. It used to be a 50-cent piece, 2 quarters now. And it's a very, very symbolic gesture today, because you can't buy a cup of coffee with 50 cents or 2 shaves and a haircut. So it's something that you saw the blanket being offered as a gift many, many times in our past. It was a blanket or a piece of a blanket, because they were all woven, hand-woven blankets that what you see in the arrival area. And very, very symbolic of wealth. And the 50 cents, when it took the place of the blankets, when it was no longer able to weave blankets as quickly as the Hudson Bay could come up with blankets. So that was replacing the blanket. And that's the value of the blanket. And today it's very, very symbolic. And it's maintained by our communities all over the coast, like in the state of Washington, Oregon, Vancouver Island, and North Vancouver, and up the valleys. It's the 50-cent piece that's very, very symbolic of the responsibility that's given to you, and that's what it is. Many people ask, what's the 50 cents for? You can't buy a cup of coffee with it. So, but that's what it is. They maintained that 50 cent. They wanted to increase it 3 or 4 decades ago, but the people that were involved said, no, we'll keep it at 50 cents. It was very, very meaningful when it was first introduced, and today it's to remind you of what you have been asked to do. So just explaining that, the 50 cents, I'd like to call up the witnesses to recount what they have witnessed today and how their feelings are in their own words. And Melanie from Musqueam.
There's so many wise words that were spoken today, and I'm a firm believer in partnerships are the key to success. Partnerships in life, in day-to-day, in education, and in business, in so many ways are the key to how we move forward. I'm going to take back to the community the hard work that's been done to establish this partnership and relationship. These events come and go in an hour, but the work that has taken place to get to the point that we are today, to ensure that we have shared values, shared goal, and shared mission, has been almost 3 years. So there's been a lot of work to ensure that when we sign an MOU, that we're signing it with someone, that there's going to be action behind that MOU, and that we're on the same page when it comes to a mutually beneficial relationship. I want to acknowledge all of the work from the people that were in the employment and training department before me for the work that they've done. Our amazing team, we have Krista Brisk, we have Alicia Bradley, and Angela Henny, who was already introduced. They play very intricate roles as we go forth now to bring these opportunities in skilled trades and aviation to Musqueam people. We go back with the responsibility to ensure that we have the training programs, the knowledge of the post-secondary education that will need to be done, and the nurturing and following up with these students to ensure that they have success. It is our goal to enhance the socioeconomic lives of the Musqueam people. So with that, I will say thank you to everyone that has come today. It is my honor to be a witness.
Alec O'Neill.
Afternoon, everybody. Firstly, I'd like to say it's an honour and a pleasure to be here today, and it's a memory that will live with me forever. Thank you very much. Today is a very proud day for all of us at ABCoast. We recognise the importance of nurturing and growing local talent, and we proactively employ local people, which in turn supports local communities. We feel that working together will enable individuals to work as part of a family. Family values include togetherness, respect, sharing and caring for each other. Through our work with the YVR team, this also means that people can grow, feel respected and be proud of the value they add to our organisation and the part they play in growing Vancouver Airport. But most importantly, it means that we can look at ourselves and feel a sense of achievement and feel proud of the journey that we're on together. By signing this memorandum of understanding, we at ABCoast continue on this exciting journey with Musqueam Employment and Training. The team and I are very proud of the friendship and bond that we have created, and together we will continue to grow and nurture this. I'll be taking what I've witnessed and experienced here today, and will be sharing with our Heathrow colleagues on my return. Finally, thanks again to all of you who have helped put this together. Devin for attending and signing on the Chief's behalf, and I'd also like to say, take this opportunity to thank Mary Point and Andy Margolis for embracing the idea of the Excite programme and for the help in getting to this moment. So thank you very much.
And we call forward Richard and Lynette. Just wanted to have a little explanation here also that normally we don't, it's a really recent innovation that we call women witnesses. Don't ask me why, but it's just, it's been a male-dominated thing ever since I can remember in my childhood. Very, very, very seldom that ever a woman spoke in public like this. It's part of our tradition. Please come forward.
Yes, thank you very much, and honoured to bear witness today. So when we think of this important partnership, and hopefully we'll be seeing many more at YVR going forward, so the three principles of those objectives: to excite the youth in providing them insights into airport operations, to nurture by providing entry-level training opportunities and ensuring getting those opportunities for day-to-day best practice and understanding what's happening. And most important, resources. Taking that passion, that insight, that training and converting it into career opportunities. And I'll be taking that away and sharing that with many people. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's very exciting to witness what I witnessed here today, which is the signing of the MOU between ABCoast and Musqueam people. What it means for me, great from an innovation point of view that I can be a woman and witness here today. That's very exciting for me. I also think it's really exciting the fact that YVR can play this role in the community and enable these things to happen. And the emotion that I feel is that it's reconciliation, so that the truth comes through in this event, but also the opportunity and the hope that I saw here today. It makes me really excited about where we can go with this. So thank you very much for asking me to be a witness, and I will remember this always.
If I let them come in for you,
Musqueam, and for calling me as a witness. I'd also like to thank everyone who's here, watching, listening, participating, ones who traveled near, far. It's really quite nice to see this, seeing two communities so close joined together. My fellow co-workers, I'd also like to thank them for taking their time off to come witness, come take part. Also like to thank ABCoast for opening the doors for our youth, our future generations to come and take part in YVR. That's all I like to say. Let's go.
Before I say that's all the work the family has to do today, I would like to add a few words that this is really, really dear to my heart as an elder of the community, as a grandfather, as a great-grandfather. for two communities, two industrial communities come together. I served my apprenticeship in 1955. I'm an automotive machinist, certified. Worked on piston-driven engines. Did work for one of the airlines out here back in the day. And that is how accurate our shop was. And I'm really, really proud to see and emotional to see the bursary for the young person, whoever that is. It's something that was not available in 1955. And I know British Columbia back in the day, I don't know about now. I've been out of the trades for 20 some odd years. We're very reluctant to have an apprenticeship program all across BC. They had no problem with importing journeymen from around the world. And rather than having an apprenticeship program. So it was very, very minimal, but it's something that I know I served my apprenticeship after high school graduation, and that was my post-secondary career that happened. And many of the young people today of Musqueam are not aware of that. They're aware of that old man that does language and does a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But I've been retired out of the industry for 22 years. So it's really, really dear to my heart to see this happen. The door of opportunity is being opened. The hinges are being greased so that they swing freely. And that I really, truly hope our young people take advantage of it. And I want to say thank you to ABCoast and YVR and Musqueam for doing this. And the employment and training program is so important that trades is not a dirty word. Without tradesmen, the planes don't fly. That's the way to look at it. Without tradesmen, the buses don't run, the boats don't cross, the ferries don't move. Without engineers, the ship doesn't move. And that's all of the trades. So that's so important to understand that without the tradesmen, industry doesn't move. So that's a very, very important thing that's happening today. So I just want to say that, I have to say that because it's really, really something for me to see. This is all the work that our YBR and AB and Musqueam family have to do today. And I want to say thank you again to everyone that stayed and witnessed and participated. Sometimes it's very, very challenging for an airport to extend their time like this because everything is on a schedule. In our community, the work is done when it gets done, not in a very specific time. If we can do it in an hour, we'll do it. If it takes 4 hours, it'll take 4 hours. If it takes 8 hours, it'll take 8 hours. And I want to say thank you for everyone for staying and attending and listening. I tap ever see up the share, collect what they say, Tala, develop a free moment to know it. I tap nothing. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Larry. Elder Grant. That was very, very inspiring to listen to. Thank you so much. As Elder Grant said, that's all the work today. Thank you all so much for coming. Thank you to YVR for letting us use your space and facilitating our partnership. Thank you to Employment and Training. Melanie, thank you so much. Thank you to the ABCoast team and all of you who came to witness today. ABCoast, Musqueam Employment and Training, we will be here if anyone has any questions, wants to speak to us. We'll just be over here near the refreshments table. Please help yourself. Coffee, muffins, everything over there. Please eat it, or I'm going to take it back and I'm going to eat it myself, and I can't do that. Thank you so much, everybody.